Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the final word, and we get to be cheerful for once. We've got McPartland joining us in the studio. Looking like Big Bird.
Self-proclaimed Big Bird.
Self-proclaimed. Yeah.
He did say that.
He did say that. I'm just repeating it. It's very Watfordy though.
It's Everton away, isn't it?
Is it?
That's the look I was going for.
All right, I'll let you know. So we've got to win.
We have got to win.
We've got to win, and suddenly all the everything just seems to fade away, doesn't it?
Candy floss and butter.
Yeah, everything's evaporated. It's suddenly
15th never felt so good.
15th.
I'd have took 15th at the start of the season if you'd have asked me.
15th. When the next game? Wow, we'll be top 8 in no time.
That's it.
It's mad, isn't it?
Short. A win.
Yeah.
It's great. It feels amazing.
Yeah.
I actually was sitting there, said it on the way to the match yesterday, forgotten what it feels like to win a game in the Premier League, and then sat there 2-0 down. It felt like years. It felt like years since we were coming away from Goodison last year, going 3-0, 4-0, yeah, 4-0 again this week, yeah. It felt a million miles away, but it feels good on Monday when we've won.
It does. Always feels good out when you win.
It does, yeah. It was proper Goodison atmosphere, wasn't it? Proper. That's when Goodison is at its best. I think we'll all agree we still are nowhere near our best, but I think on the show last week, Pedge, you were saying that you are a bit worried about the R word and being in the bottom 3, but I think the players showed that this week that there is that fight there. There is a bit of spirit. I thought at times.
Last half an hour.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, at times I thought some of the play was abysmal, to be honest. And obviously 2-0 down and into Watford, you think this is getting really bad now and it's worrying. But then, you know, there's certain sparks on the pitch. I thought the substitutions were really good. In hindsight, maybe that's the team you should have started with. You don't know. But to have the bravery to make those changes, to change the game, it was really good to see. And as I said off air before, even the night straw in it just all added up to that last half hour. Fireworks and just
well timed.
Yeah, that chill in the air when you're in the stands and you're just willing Everton to attack. And obviously we've got the wingers on 2 up front, and it just felt like a proper Everton display. And I think that's why the win, we got it in the end. It just felt really proper gritty Everton performance.
Felt like a proper Everton, didn't it? I mean, the team obviously brought back likes of Jags, likes of Keane, like Baines, Rooney. Nias obviously starting again, so it was changed. But I just thought he fell into the same trap again. No width.
Yeah.
And I know it's not easy to create something out of nothing, but I just felt like he fell into that trap. But I can understand why in his head he did it, because I just thought he probably thought, get through the first half, try and keep that clean sheet. Actually try and keep it tight and quiet, and or not quiet, but you know, don't give anyone too many excuses or players to get their heads down. And I thought the first half it was Watford had a lot of the ball and they didn't do too much with it. We didn't do too much, but I think going into the half time, I think Unsworth would have been quite happy with that.
Yeah, but I mean, seeing the team before, I was quite happy with the team, to be honest. But that was before I realised that we were going to line up, which was basically the way Ronald Koeman had us lining up, with Rooney wide and Sigurdsson wide, and neither of them really want to play there. You know, one of them could probably do, well, Sigurdsson can probably do it more so than Wayne Rooney. But yeah, I think his plan was to try and stay in the game, and you know that's why we had 3 midfield players in Benny, Garner and Davis who could compete, could get about them because they were busy, and you could keep the shape and keep us compact, because the first thing you need to do is stop conceding goals, and it was quite obvious we didn't want to go behind at home, certainly in the first half. And you could see that by our attacking play. It wasn't exactly flowing, but I thought the hard work was there from everybody. I just think again we're just too slow in that. Not people running, but there's just no movement, and it takes so long to pass a ball. It's like they want to make sure they can control it first before they can pass it. And I know that's confidence, but it makes us so easy to play against, doesn't it, Wayside?
I just think it reinforced as well that you can have a summer where you spend 150 million on new players, but if you don't have that shape, it doesn't mean anything. You can have players as good as Sigurdsson and Rooney, but if they're playing in The thing is, you can say, you know, he played them out wide. Did he play them out wide? It's sort of like these free rolls that, that it's, and then I think was it the second half? Then Davis had played in that sort of in between the lines, and then all of a sudden he was out wide and Sigurdsson was central. And there's no defined position. I think you can have all the quality in the world, but so long as you have a shape, and Lennon's proved that again. Lennon isn't the best footballer, we all know that. But I think having him in the team makes us look better.
I think the problem with that is we had like Rooney was playing like inside to out, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And I think what you seen was when they attacked, certainly down our left, Rooney couldn't make the ground up. You know, and because he's not got that pace in his legs anymore, so he can't get back. Whereas someone like a Lennon can make that room back up because he's fast. And I just thought that's where we suffered a little bit in the first half, was when because it doesn't, it leaves you then, if you, especially with someone like Rooney, if he's playing on the left, he's like, well, where do I go? I'm either an attacking player or I have to sit and help Leighton Baines out, and because he hasn't got that pace, he's always,
neither of them have got that pace.
Exactly, so he's always going to struggle.
Slow as well.
He's always going to struggle because he's got so much room to make up. He's got so much space. Where if you've got someone with legs, it's so much easier if you've got a fast player, because they can get up and down and move around, and the, you know, you don't see them. I just thought that's the mistake. It wasn't a mistake for Sunday. It was a mistake we've been making all season. It's like if you haven't got players with that little bit of pace, not someone lightning pace, someone just a little bit of pace to get round the pitch, to cut over it. I mean, Stephen Pienaar wasn't an extremely fast player, but he could cover the ground so that he was back in position. And I just think that's what we've been missing all season.
But at the time when Pienaar was in, though, Baines was always...
he had the
Baines
pace.
was mobile as well, so it was two of them.
But that's it, it's the lack of mobility.
Now the two of them aren't mobile, or they weren't yesterday, were they?
I think that was the difference in this game, was the lack of mobility from us. And they've got average players, Watford, but because they're fast, and because they can cover the ground and they can overlap, it always gives them an option. There was a time, I think it was first half, where we were going through the centre and the right was absolutely clear, and all I wanted was Kenny to just bomb on, because when Seamus plays, he can just get up and down all day, because even if the ball gets stopped and turned over, he's got the pace to get back really, really quickly. Now, I'm not saying, I don't know if John Joe Kenny's got that natural pace, or he just hasn't got the awareness, or even if it's instructions. It's those kind of moves that give you it gives you the out ball to go wide. That was seriously missing at the moment. I mean, how many times did the ball go onto the left and Baines had nowhere to go with it, and then they got every single man back, and then you're going, well, how are we going to break these down if they've got every man behind the ball? But it doesn't work like that for us, because we've seen it last week with the Leicester goal. You know, the first goal, it was bang, 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 and they're in. And it just shows you how important, I think this game showed you how important pace is to every team. But, you know,
but even when you look at where the left back position is when Baines, because Baines is also tasked with getting forward, isn't he? It means there's space in behind. But when he's up, you notice that teams, I think it's probably something opposition managers have seen now, because Baines is so far up, the defence is switching, and if you can get a ball across quickly, it means the right side of the defence is shifted as well. And it's so easy that the Watford first goal was quite similar to the Leicester cross, that you get it down that wing and you just play it. Two tidy passes, one tidy pass, and you're in. And so it's affecting, you know, these positions we say about Rooney and Sigurdsson, the Narren, it affects the whole team, doesn't it? It's really bad.
Pace is important. Moving a ball quickly is important if you haven't got pace, but having shape is important. And I thought Watford had a good shape about them. We did stretch them at times, but then we hesitated too long, or we slowed the game down. It just allowed them, like you say, to get bodies back behind the ball. Once you get bodies behind the ball, throwing a cross in, we have like one man in the box at times, and you're like, that cross has got to be perfect if you're putting it in that box. Otherwise, you know, whereas they were throwing it in, there was 3 or 4 in the box, so if it hits someone, you know, they're going to get a chance. And
you think a lot of it's instinctive as well? You know, because of the lack of partnerships on the pitch, there's not a lot of instinctive play. You know, if you play a ball around the corner, you don't know who's going to be there. But when you're playing with each other every single week, you know who's going to be there.
It's confidence as well.
Yeah, but
confidence, because what you do is when you're feeling better about your game, you start taking a chance. So you'll start making a run that you mightn't have made when the goal was little, or you know, because you don't want to leave this man, where you'll start going, I'm alright, I'll deal with this, or play me in. I think that it just looks at the moment at times in the game where everybody just doesn't want to make a mistake, and everyone's just doing what, like, I'm just going to do my role. And again, if you're confident, you go and help your mate out, you go and do a bit more. You'll go and, if he misses a tackle, you go and help him. Whereas too many times this season, people are worried about themselves, aren't they? And they're trying to do their job, you know, rather than going, but I'm fucking do this as well. I don't want to leave you to cover Ped, because you might get away. And if we're playing well, he misses it, I'll go and hit the lad. I won't worry really about you, because someone else will come and do you. Do you know what I mean? Whereas at the moment they're all like, I can't leave you. So there's gaps appearing everywhere. And I think as the game went on and as we got back into the game, that freedom came back, and people just start. That's how do you think a team goes forward in waves all of a sudden? They don't just, the game doesn't become easier. They just relax and go, we've got to chase this now. Forget what I was doing before, we're chasing it. And all of a sudden the team attacks in waves, and the crowd get up, and then you think you can score 4 or 5, 6.
You could tell by the way they play though that, you know, they've been drilled on that.
And the confidence, aren't they?
Yeah, but I think it was natural the way they played, innit? You know, overlap and then another overlap. It's all pace. They can all keep. Another thing is they can all keep up with each other, which is a really important thing as well, isn't it? And it's clear that that's what we're missing.
See, I thought the first half there was a few, you know, grumbles and groans around me, and people bemoaning that we weren't fluent in the first half. But I don't think yesterday was about fluency. Yesterday was about winning a game. And listen, we all go in, we want to be entertained, and we want to sit there and we want to see this great fast attacking football and loads of crosses and 40 shots, and but at different moments in the season it's about winning a game. And I accepted, I'm quite critical now because I want to see us playing great football, but I accepted yesterday that the game could be terrible, absolutely terrible, but as long as we won the game, you know, whether it be a set piece, a penalty, a corner, whatever it is that we get, a deflection, we just needed to get over the line. So the first half, as not great as it was, I thought we were okay. You know, that we've done the rewatch, and the only real chances Watford have is really our mistakes, isn't it?
Well, there was the one where the lad got through, and there's mistakes by the two centre midfielders not pushing on. There's mistakes by Jagielka getting too tight and getting spun, and Jordan Pickford again, little bit of, well, he shouldn't be coming off his line. He shouldn't have come off it on Thursday the way he did for their first goal. But Baines has done well, and for the last 5 minutes I thought we got a little bit ragged as well. You know, people just started being ill-disciplined, and that's what it was. It was ill-discipline. It wasn't sticking to the game plan. We can all go around like lunatics playing football. We can all do it. You know, and Wayne Rooney's one of the most experienced people, well, the most experienced player on that pitch yesterday, is going around like a fucking dickhead trying to kick everything that moves because he's got a cob on. No, keep your head. And that last 5 minutes, the amount of times we had the chance to clear the ball, but someone would do something stupid, try and nutmeg players on the edge of our area. That's what that's where I suppose the manager has to be. It's dead important. Just say, calm down. This is what we've worked at all week, and you're running around like a lunatic. And I suppose that's the difference between a professional and a kid off the street or a Sunday League player or whatever. Is they might have the same ability, but it's knowing. It's knowing when to play and when to stick and when to keep your shape and all those little things, and when to do silly things. And we talk about like the difference in an experienced player and a young kid. You know, experienced player, and that's 2 minutes of a game, might run into the corner, whereas a young, we've seen it yesterday actually. I think Luchman in about it might even be before the penalty. He's on the corner and he's trying to throw crosses in, and you're like, there's no one in there, lad. Keep the ball. You know what I mean?
Trying to run it.
Exactly, Tom Davies trying to beat 3 people when he should just be banging it down the corner, letting the ass run into it. And I thought in that last 5 minutes, the experienced players started looking a little bit ragged because I don't know what they're trying to do.
Nerves though, isn't it?
I think it was really nervy, and I think first half and start of second half we were very sloppy. I thought, and it's down to the nerves, because you've got to think as well. The last home game we had, Koeman was still in charge, wasn't he? We've had 3 away games, 3 defeats, so the players have come in and they know what the Everton crowd is like. They you know, and it probably was very nervy, that, as you said, players just want to get the basics right, do their own job, and sort of evade criticism or shouts really to keep it going. I think I said before, Baz, me and you were probably Rooney's two biggest fans. But I thought because I think he's got the biggest responsibility because he is charged with that, being that talisman, being probably technically the best player on the pitch. But I thought he was very bad first half.
I thought he worked. I thought he worked hard.
He worked really hard.
His best work was defensively, apart from that little stupid dink to nobody on the edge of our box, which I don't even know what he was thinking of.
No.
Ridiculous. And that tells you everything you need to know. That he offered us nothing going forward. He played a couple of nice little through balls wide and stuff, and he had the one that we'd watched where he wasn't offside. There was a nice little move and he put a great ball into the ass, but the flag went up. Other than that, he done nothing.
It was just like
it was a waste of a player.
Poor control and just little passes.
Legs looked dead heavy.
It wasn't. He was making a massive show of everything.
He looked angry.
Yeah, he did.
And he had the cop.
But we've come out that second half, and I say it was almost a continuation of that last 5 minutes. We just hoofed the ball off the pitch twice, haven't we? Really. One's come back. Keane's jumped for it. I don't know. And it was a foul or not. Our bench are going for it. I don't know. But then, for me, if you look at it again, it's really poor. It's the first minute of a Premier League second half, and because Keane misses that header, they've got 3 against 2. What in the first minute? Where have all our players gone? Again, talking about discipline. You go first 5 minutes, get into it, slowly get into it. Don't do nothing stupid. And we had 3 against 3. They win the header, we lose the header, and it's 3 against 2, and it's ridiculous. You've got Kenny doesn't know whether it's a stick or twist. He goes inside because the man's come off Jagielka, I think it was, and it's another little ball around the corner.
I think he's got to go, Kenny.
No, I'm not having a go on him because
Jags gets pulled across. He slips it to Andre Gray. Kenny goes to Andre Gray and he thinks it to the
It goes to shape, doesn't it?
So,
where's the man in the front? Where's the man in front? Where's the centre midfielders gone there? Where did they think they were going? They're supposed to be holding centre midfielders, and within 30 seconds of the second half, they've lost shape. 2 holding centre midfielders, not 1, 2, plus Davies, and not one of them is holding from the back. They're the things that managers must be like. Any manager.
That's the thing. We're waiting to see who the new manager's going to be. How can you? That's down to the players, isn't it?
But that's drill. But that's they're things though that whether it be Koeman or whether it be Unsworth, you're like, what the fuck are you doing? That's your job. It's not like that position now is a position on its own. One sits, whether it be Garner or whether it be Benny, one sits in front. How can you get caught 3 against 3 in the first minute of the half? So it's scandalous. It's absolutely scandalous. I mean, fair play to the lad. His first touch to take around Jordan Pickford is brilliant. Is superb. He lets it come across his body, and then the finish is brilliant as well. Because that position, that angle with Kenny standing in, that was a great finish.
Could have gone anywhere.
But the defending,
But
the defending was horrific. I
think we just got caught. I've watched Everton for long enough. So have you. So no, that. No, sorry.
David Moyes confirmed.
Sorry, Fish. There's so many, times we've come out for the second half and conceded in the first minute. We should be a regular thing under Moisey. At times he'd come out and within a minute he'd conceded and you'd be like, what the fuck's going on? But then there'd be response. And it was a good goal from their point of view and it was poor from ours. And you just go, here we go again. This is a game we've got to win. And the fella behind me is like, we can't score 2 goals. No. We've got to score 2 now to win this game. You're like, come on, but I still felt at 1-0 like we'd still. I just had the feeling we'd win yesterday. I was confident all the way. All right, it waned a little bit at 2-0, I must admit. But at 1-0, I was thinking it's early enough to get back in this, and if we can get away,
it was interesting to see what the reaction was. And to be fair, we went down the other end, and it was just a ball over the top, and the Asses made something out of nothing. Lovely inside, and Sigurdsson really, again, I mean, Baines had one first half where he should have buried it, and again, it's confidence again. It's like what we've seen before about making sure your pass goes to your player to make sure the ball hits the target.
It's like that split second, isn't it, where they thought, right, and usually if you're confident, you don't
think. You don't think when you score and goals, you don't think. But he did think, Baines, and Sigurdsson again. I think he just wanted to make sure. He's had a few at the street end. Burnley earlier in the season, he had 2 really good chances at 0-0 and fluffed them both. And this was
keeper's made a good save. I mean, it wasn't a brilliant save. It was a good save. He's pushed it. Rooney's put an actually good ball in, and the keeper's got a good hand on it. But it was probably one of the most significant points of the game.
It was,
because their keeper goes off, and they brought some lab on, I think, because he couldn't have been a goalie. He really couldn't have been.
Don't play our win down. One of the best keepers. I think he's one of the best keepers I've ever seen.
He's definitely one of the best keepers in Greece.
Yeah.
But he's also one of the best waiters in Greece as well. So
he's a quality keeper.
But then
Premier League goalie.
But then they go down the other end, and we get caught again. Jags, like that, right next to the man. You're 30, whatever, mate. You can't. You might be fast, but give yourself a chance.
Yeah.
If you're that tight and it he spins you for the second time, you've got no chance. And the lad's away. To be fair, the lad takes a heavy touch, but because he takes a heavy touch, he's running then without the ball. So it was a great crossing.
Hughes.
The Albano lad they've got playing for them.
Bill Hughes.
Yeah, it's definitely Albano. He just misses the header. They get a corner out of it, and then it's poor again. Jags.
Really poor, yeah.
Jags letting the lad get a run on him. Do you know what I mean? Where's the old screening? Where's the old? If he's your threat, where's the one to stop and the one to head? Where's again? That's whoever comes in. Listen, I know there's a chance Allardyce. That's the first thing Allardyce would get.
That's exactly what I thought. Like, as soon as the header went in, I just immediately thought of all the managers we've been linked with that I don't want anything to do with. Really, I just think, to be fair, they'll come in and we won't see those.
That's the kind of things they stop.
Say drills, yeah.
They'd stop that by making sure there's a player in front who just blocks that runner. I'm sure whoever it was last, it might have been Allardyce was on the telly going, yeah, what's wrong with that? Or it might have been Pulis actually, one of them. That's what you do. You block them off. You don't give them a run. You block them off so that he can't. Because if you watch that, it's 1 against 1. The difference is that lad gets a run to get up to get that extra bit. Whereas Jags is going like a little 2-foot run. You can't get the run on it. It's in the back of the net. And my biggest worry, I thought. Yeah, it was a good header.
It was a good
header. Again, men on the posts. No men on the posts. I've always been in favour of men on the posts. Always.
And just finally, the good thing was every corner we had Nias on the halfway line.
Yeah.
Which is unreal. I think, obviously he looked at him and thought he won't win a defensive header for us going the halfway line. But at that
point I'm thinking 2-0 down.
What were you thinking, Ped? There was a way to
yeah. Go on Twitter, you'll see what I was thinking. Hello darkness, my old friend. I honest to God, at that point I thought we're gone.
It's been such a weird season. It is like a bit bipolar, isn't it? You have one thought process.
I think it's been very polar.
You know what?
Yeah, and then
it's been the Coca-Cola polar bear. That's how much polar. There's been no buy at all. Although now and again.
I have to say that even at 2-0, I thought we can get back into this. I didn't for 1 minute think we could score 3 times, but I thought if we can get one with the crowd, we might be able to salvage even a draw. And then I was thinking, a draw.
It was.
At least we wouldn't have lost. But I was thinking
it was the body language for me more than anything, though.
But they looked.
There was a suggestion that they were beaten.
Everyone looked, and you look and going, there's no one going, lads, come on. Apart from it was only Pickford. I seen Pickford walk forward and he was fucking like, come on. And everyone else was kind of like looking at each other as if like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Well, I think we'd already brought Luchman on, hadn't we, at that point, and then we brought Calvert-Lewin on straight after, and I thought that had a major.
Should have come on at 1-0 Calvert-Lewin.
I thought that played a major effect on the game. Suddenly we had.
We give Nias someone to go.
We had real pace going forward. Then suddenly we had gone from having no pace to having a lot of pace, and the ball from Luchman to Nias, it's a lovely ball actually, because it asks the question. There was a few times in the game when I'd noticed that every time the ball had dropped in, and it didn't matter whether it was Gomez or the other kid, every time that ball dropped in between the defender and the goalkeeper, neither of them knew. There was hesitation on both sides.
Nearly got in a couple of times first half with the same thing.
And because Nias is such a willing runner, because he will run all day long, he doesn't give anything up. that I don't know where Lookman had seen that from the bench or whatever, but it's a lovely little ball.
We should have known he was a willing runner when we brought him out. Not when we signed him.
Oh yeah,
and he just done that little jog around the centre circle. We should have known. Great.
And it's a lovely little ball because he puts enough bend on it to where the defender doesn't quite know what's going on. The goalkeeper certainly doesn't know what's going on, and Nias just keeps going, gets a little bit of luck, gets there before the goalkeeper, falls over, hits him on the arse, goes in, happy days. I just love it the way it's like it's bouncing off his leg, and even though it is an open goal, you're still not 100% sure.
Yeah. Exactly the same as Arsenal.
You're still not 100% sure if he's going to put it in.
He's only on his arse because the lad jumps through
I know,
the
but
air
it's the fact
scissors him.
But it's the fact that, like, I'm not having a go at him. I'm really not. I like my opinion on the fella is
5 goals.
Oh no,
Best goal to minutes ratio.
I know he is. It's just that's what I love about him though, because any other striker would just, as soon as that ball drops, they're just putting it in. Yeah. It's the fact that it bounces and it's like just put it in the net, just put it in the net. He like gives everyone that little bit of a heart attack. The lad kicks him up in the air, and it probably would have been their own goal if hadn't it got the way.
He falls so far as well. His head nearly goes over the line before the ball does.
No, it was just the Prince again.
I love it though.
Prince
I'm not having a go at him.
He just rescued the lad. He thought, I want you sent off here, kid. You're a nice fella. You're a good centre. I don't want you sent off, so I'll just hit me arse, knock it over the line, and I've got you out the shit, and I've got my team back.
But I think it's like a genuine tactic that he's so direct and is running. He doesn't stop running.
He's berserk.
You've got to put those balls in because he comes from the right as well. He's got no right to get that. No right at all. But he just. It's a really good.
The run's fantastic.
Yeah.
Watch the run from the side.
The run.
He just. It's like a proper. It's like if you'd ever watch like NFL stuff and you watch, because it's all X's and O's and or it's like that. It's like as soon as he sees Lookman is going to give him the ball, he's coming inside.
Again, the benefit of them playing at 23 level together.
But that's intelligent.
Lookman knowing that he'll make that run. If I put it here, he's going to make the run. And this goes out and bends his run. It's a great run.
This is the thing about Nias that I don't think enough people give him credit for. His technique isn't great. We'll all hold our hands up to that. It isn't great.
Someone called them trampoline shins on the.
It's the shins.
But he actually does know where he's running, and being a centre forward is a lot of it is about runs. A lot of it.
Well, I think his runs really scare defenders, and it's the unpredictability. The defenders and the
he doesn't know what he's going to do.
I tell you what,
the defenders don't.
I tell you another thing about Nias. How often is he offside?
Never.
It's very, very, very rarely gets offside, and you would expect a player like that.
But he's always on the front.
You would expect a player like that to always be offside.
I love him.
And but it's the fact that technically as a footballer he's not brilliant, but like he's like a paradox. He's dead weird.
What do I say? What have I said about him now compared to Calvert-Lewin?
Don't touch him. That's different.
That's the other thing.
Sorry.
Is that Calvert-Lewin might be a better footballer, touch is nice and he looks good, but Nias is a goal scorer.
Yeah, he's a threat.
When he's on the pitch, things happen. He's on the end of stuff. He wouldn't. Calvert-Lewin, I don't think, scores that goal yesterday. I don't think Rooney scores it. Sandro wouldn't have scored it.
Sandro being left back.
A lot of strikers wouldn't have scored it, but his determination, done it against Arsenal. It was the 92nd minute. We were 4-1 down. Why is he chasing them, necking it round, doing doggies? When you've got a centre forward that's willing and wants to score goals, because he wants to score goals for Everton, that's such a threat. And people go, oh, we'll do till January. Fuck off, we'll do till January. He'll do for his length of his contract.
I honestly think because what he gives us, he's a key player. He is a key player.
He can buy better, but that doesn't mean he has to be swerved. Because a club like Everton, let's be honest, right? This one striker bollocks has got to finish now with this next manager who comes in. Fucking get it. It doesn't work. Fuck it off. Unless you're Man City with your £1.5 billion team, it doesn't work. And even they've got Jesus and fucking Aguero. It doesn't work. You need more than one striker. You need 3 or 4. Yeah. A club like Everton do, where our players are the next level down, because you need different combinations to get you goals. So it's great if you get, say you got Giroud in January for argument's sake. You still need Nias. Yeah. If you got Giroud and fucking Chris Wood in January again for argument's sake, you'd still need Nias because he's different to them, and he's someone who's going to run all day for you. And that's why he got us into that game. Like you said, he makes a fantastic run. Lookman plays a lovely little ball. He makes the run. And all of a sudden, you know, and we just conceded 3 minutes before. We needed that quick
That was
goal.
the spark, wasn't it? And I didn't know what. And I've said this loads of times. I said this loads of times last year. The amount of times in games where if it was 0-0 or we were drawing, we were edgy.
Yeah.
Like they were, like the team didn't have the bottle to go on and win. But when we were behind, and it happened last year, we went at people, and it was almost that feeling that once we got that goal, there was the belief we could get back into it. So we just went for it. And having those players on the pitch, I mean, obviously they were a little bit terrified as well. Having those players on the pitch, having Calvert-Lewin on one side, having Lookman sort of off the right, with John Joe Kenny starting to get up the right as well. Then there was the tempo to go. Do you know what, we can just keep it, the tempo, keep it going.
I think the crowd drove them on, didn't they?
Don't let them out that half. It was really important, and we just kept on going and going and going. And we've seen that. There was a nice little bit of play down the left. Calvert-Lewin puts a ball in, goes off in the ass. John Joe has a shot that
doesn't go off him, or did he knee it to John Joe?
Maybe he did. There's no way, no, ever.
I don't think he did.
John Joe gets a shot. I mean, John Joe's right on the edge of the air, and he's, you know, making sure he gets connection. We get a corner. It's a good ball over, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin makes it 2-2, and suddenly you're thinking, fucking hell, might just win this.
The firework goes off.
Fireworks
straight away. That
give it a Katie.
So that's the key word there, is the tempo.
Yeah,
the tempo. And as I say, it was one of those nights, as you say, the belief slowly creeps in, and it's sort of, you know, the famous saying, the Gladys Street will suck the ball in. It did feel like that. There was something special. Even at the end when Watford got the penalty, it just felt like
the
win. We might get the rub of the green here, which, as we keep saying, when you're down the bottom, you never get it. But you need that change.
You need a little change.
I think with Calvert-Lewin and Nias, I think you need like the little and large partnership of a striker to get the flick-ons and a striker to run behind the defence. We were saying off air before, weren't we? Everton teams, it's all about wingers and number 9s, and I think that's what the next manager coming in. You look at different managers and you look at different styles, and what I think Everton need to do, I was talking to one of my mates who goes to the game, Everton need to pinpoint the identity that they want and find a manager to fit that, because in the past we've appointed a manager and gone with what he wants to do, and I don't think it's because it's what we want to do. And then when you look, when the crossover manager, you've got certain players that don't fit the type of football. So for example, you had Jagielka and Distan trying to play out from the back under Martinez, and then when Koeman comes in, it goes back to a more solid style, but you've got more expansive players. So going forward, I think I really want to see us now with wingers. I know it's been your pet hate of only having one striker. We've got to really use Goodison to our advantage and play in a, you know, hustle and bustle style of attackers, working hard but getting forward all the time, always going forward. And I think that's key for the next manager now.
We're never going to be something we're not.
No, exactly.
We couldn't tolerate Martinez in the end, could we?
No.
We couldn't tolerate the way he played. We just couldn't.
I think that the important thing for me is I don't give a shite how we play away from home. If you want to go away, if it's winning, if you want to go away and have one up front, but you know how to win the game and bore the life out of the away team's fans, great. You know, or the home team has it because we'd be away. But at Goodison, I think you've got to establish a tough place to play. It's got to be tempo. It's got to. Our biggest asset is our fans. When our fans are in that angry, horrible mood and the veins are bulging and you can see them having a go at players and all that, that's when Goodison's at it, and that electricity gets into the players.
Leighton Baines did an interview during when it was really tough under Martinez, and Goodison was a bit quiet. And Baines said that it hurt him because opposition players said that we used to hate coming to Goodison, and now it's a bit of a walk in the park. And I think that's what we've got to go back to. Make it a horrible place to come to. You know,
it's got to be.
But that's what the players, doesn't it? The players have got to make it a horrible place to come to, and the fans will follow suit.
Exactly, and that's what
I knew.
Yesterday.
The situation we were in, I knew we'd be noisy from the start, and I thought as kick-off there was a few songs, and then when the play starts, it does go quiet because you can't keep up.
It orchestrates it though. The play, the way you play orchestrates. We always use that word tempo. You orchestrate. The football is is the conductor and of the fans, and when it like that 20-minute spell towards the end of the game, because it was hustle and bustle and it was lively and it was bang bang bang, but it's exciting.
Were going in.
Walking out of Goodison, I said to one of my mates, and I was a bit shocked when I said it. I shocked myself, but I enjoyed the win against Watford as much as I did the 4-0 against City.
Yeah.
Honestly, because although the football was bad and we were 2-0 down at one point, there felt like there was a purpose again.
There was more on it, though, as well. There was more on it.
There was what it was about.
There was the, you know, the sheer relief. But, you know, we're at 2-2. You're thinking, well, I mean, it was what? It was, when it got to 2-2, there must have still been like 20 minutes left, mustn't it, really? Because of the added on time. We all knew it was going to be a lot. It was interesting then, because I, for 1 minute, did not think it was going to finish 2-2. I just thought there's no way this was finishing 2-2. And then
to both sides, they both went for it.
Yeah, and then it was a case of
going for it.
Then it was a case of, well, what do we do? You know, do we stick? Do we twist? And Unsworth, fair place. He brought Lennon on, and fucking it was 4-2-4. I mean, it really was 4-2-4. We had the kind of players on the pitch that couldn't. You know, you're not going to get a Lookman to defend. You're not going to get. All right, Lennon will work back for you. He's a good player to bring on in that case. But we were pushing on, and you only have to look at the penalty. It's Tom Davies who plays like a sort of like a little 1-2 with him. So Tom Davies is advanced as well. So we were really pushing for it. It's a lovely ball over the top. It's a really good first touch by Aaron Lennon. So to cut inside the defender. The defender slipped, but he's took Aaron Lennon out. It doesn't matter whether he slipped or it's on purpose. It's a foul. He's took him out. It's a clear-cut pen for me. And then, you know, you've got all the fucking the giving it all. The, you know, he fouled me and all this and staying down.
The referee should have sent him off.
But I think even we say about the crowd how important it is. Him slipping, obviously Lennon is very pacey. He's having to deal with it. But the Gladys Street was right there, and it causes the opposition to panic. It makes them think it is the bear pit, isn't it? It's so intimidating. And I think that Lennon's running at him, and that's why he slips. But he's panicked. He doesn't know what to do. Does he kick it out? Does he try and like shield Lennon? He doesn't.
They started to look ragged when he hadn't done it. And
the most important thing is, right? This is the most important thing in football. Attacking players are always better than defenders, no matter what. No, that's why they're defenders, and that's so. There's loads like defenders sitting out there now going wrong. They're not. Attackers are attackers because they're better than defenders, right? That's why you end up. That's why I ended up in my late 30s playing the defence. I was a right winger. But that's why they are. So if you've got centre forwards, I'm not saying outnumbering defenders, but if you've got them putting under pressure, like we did in that towards the second half, where suddenly you've got Calvert-Lewin, you've got Nias, you've got Lookman, you've got Lennon, you've got Davis behind them, you've got fast players jumping on defensive mistakes or trying to force defensive mistakes. Defenders will make mistakes. It's inevitable. Absolute. Man City are 8 points clear of the league because of that the whole way behind way Pep Guardiola plays is good players will make poor players make mistakes if they work hard. That's it. There's nothing special about it apart from the players being absolutely amazing. But that's the it does help. It really does help. But that's the bottom line. Forwards are better than defenders.
Well, hang on. You'd say that. There's probably There's probably a lot of centre forwards who are better technically than Nias.
No, I know. Right? But this is where I'm coming on to your point.
Is hard work. We'll get it.
But this is where I'm coming on to your point. If you've only got one up front, how hard does that make that job? Where suddenly for that last bit of that play, we had 4 forwards across the whole line. And I'm not saying we suggest we start with this, but we had 4 forwards across the line, making sure Watford players were making mistakes, even if it means them kicking it out. Suddenly we've got the ball in a high position.
It's about running behind as well, isn't it? Because when Rooney and Sigurdsson get the ball, they'll just whip it in. They'll have a shot. They won't beat the man. No. And I think it's really important, and I think that's why Nias has been such a success to him. I mean, he's made 5 appearances at Goodison. He scored in 4 of them. The only one he didn't was the Burnley defeat.
The fans appreciate it though.
When Nias scores our first goal, we always win.
Our fans appreciate it though as well. And like you just said, that was right on top of the glass. That lad slips because he doesn't know where to go. He's trying to. The ball is put him in a position where he's had to twist his body, and that's why he's fell over. And he's probably because his studs are about that big as well.
Got an eye on Lennon as well.
So he doesn't know where he's going, and that's because we're putting pressure on, and that's what you need to do, and that's where pace and power will always beat.
Well, yeah, for the first hour, how many balls did they slice into the crowd?
Yeah.
Not many. Really, they would control. The last half an hour, they were just hitting it anywhere up until, and then the crowd cheer. Yeah. And then that makes them uncertain then, and you can see
they were getting little throw-ins as well and going it long, and then they'd lose possession really quickly.
But that's where it's important that's where you can set the tempo, because if you keep getting the ball back, it happened to Chelsea actually in the second half in the League Cup. It was the same thing. It was about keeping the tempo up, because if you can force them to just keep giving you the ball back, that they don't know how to get out.
We did it at Leicester, to be fair.
We just didn't have the pace.
We didn't have the pace, and we weren't using the players right.
But
we had the ball.
It's about that, just keeping up that tempo. But obviously,
Baines' penalty, fantastic. He had to wait a long time. They with the history.
I loved it actually, because besides Big Duncan Ferguson, Baines is probably up there as my all-time favourite player. But this season, when things have been going tough, I think it's just personality-wise, not a criticism as such, but I felt that he's needed to be a bit more vocal, and he hasn't been. But I thought, and I was so happy that when we got the penalty, I looked over and he was marching over.
Yeah.
There were no selfish.
There wasn't any arse.
No pselfish players on the pitch ready to put the ball from him. That was Baines' job.
No, they don't mean centre.
And he asked when he grabbed the. He asked when he grabbed the ball and walked it over to him.
You have it.
And do you know what I mean? It was so good that he kept his cool. He's done 24 times now. 24. He's got the record. And to keep us cool, and you could see that it meant the world to him when he celebrated with the Gladys Street. It meant the world to the players.
Celebration,
wasn't it? It was.
But then you got 12 minutes.
We knew it was going. I was like that while it was going on, like fucking make sure you had this on your teeth when the ball done up for 12. I was like,
12 minutes.
Play 3.
And what terrified me is I'm looking, and Jack Gilchrist walked over to Nias and he just basically said, "You're playing in midfield now, lad." That's what he basically said. You could see him, and Nias, that's what we had to do, because we were still so open as a team. But he was asking him to start dropping in, and to be fair, I think we dealt with it quite well.
Yeah,
we dealt with it quite well.
Pickford come and took a couple of great crosses under pressure. I mean, they got a free kick and cleverly with one, and he came and took it, and he done that a lot cleverly over it, and he jumped up like that and pulled his arms up the way and was like that with the park end. But he did drop one. He covered.
But there was a bit of naivety, as I was saying before. There was a bit of naivety where the likes of Lookman, the likes of Tom Davies, where a little bit more experience, you're either push going into the corner, hitting it into the corner and saying to the ass, run onto that, or you're just getting your body in the way and taking the foul.
The one with Davis where they got the penalty from, he does well initially and he steps away with the ball, not knowing it's driving that into the corner. It's a cross it, so you're almost slice it out of play far into their corner, and you can push up 30 yards and box them in, and he tries to step away from 3 of them who were quicker than him, and they just ease him off the ball, and then it gets switched wide. Nias has come back at this stage. They play a nice little 1-2, comes in the box. Pickford throws himself because he's trying to block the shot. Lad goes down. It's a penalty.
I mean, and you watch it. Nias is following the lad. He's following him, and he lets him go, and it's the lad who puts the cross in.
Then he runs back to try and block.
But that's what I'm saying. He lets him go because that's not natural for him. He's the centre forward, and he's having to chase back because we're so wide open. But I mean, who else would you want to take the ball? Tom Cleverley,
who I forgot was on the pitch for so much.
Picks the ball up and puts it wide. And as you said
deliberately,
before,
someone said to me.
As you said before, El, it's like maybe it was just predicted that was going to happen. But it was just that when they got the pen, the ground was so silent as well. I couldn't even hear the Watford fans celebrate. It was almost like an air of.
I think there was a bit of confusion as well from the Gladys Street because it was down the other end, and there was a bit of a melee, wasn't there? Yeah. At first, I thought Davis had swiped his leg because when you look, Pickford's taking Davis is behind.
Well, at first, I thought when it hit the bar, it had gone in.
I thought it was the second,
through like because it was a second where you were like, and then it was almost like he's had to give a pen because obviously, but
I think when I looked on Match Today, the refs actually given it
before
the shot. It was a penalty, you can't argue.
He swept the leg.
But there was just a feel. I was thinking, not again. This is, but in a way though, I was thinking it's as gutted as it would have been. You were still thinking, well, it's a point because we're in that position. But it would have been such a killer. But in my head, I was thinking, Pickford saved penalties before. Never in my head did I think Cleverley was going to drag that wide. And then as you've just seen it.
But the pressure was on him then, wasn't it? When you think about it like that, you know, you think about it from we were all thinking about from our point of view, but how much pressure is on Tom Cleverley there? He's going against his old club, just having to score in the last minute to equalise in a game that they've been 2-0 up. The pressure was actually all on him. It wasn't on us. But when you're in that situation, you don't think like that, because normally they just open the body up and put it in the other corner. Yeah. But Pickford actually got across really well.
Yeah,
if he
really
put it in
well,
the corner,
sure,
I think he would have saved it.
Anyway,
and he'll probably say, well, I forced him to go wide because that's what goalies will do.
I think there was a moment where Cleverley, he's done a very purposeful like shimmy.
Yeah.
And his body
You
shape.
could tell him his body
And
shape.
Pickford, before as he's ran up, Pickford knows. Pickford's gone already.
Yeah, he knows
Pickford's gone. He's going that
He'd
way.
saved
Good
it.
enough. Yeah, I think
We watched it again, and it go. I mean, in the end, it goes about that far wide. It isn't even close.
Yeah.
But Pickford's hand is in line with the post. So I think if he hit, unless it's really inside the post, I think he'd have saved it anyway. But
as well, while he's been struggling, we've been talking about lack of leaders, but I think Pickford's really leading by example.
He was the one.
For someone so young, he's so vocal. He's first off, Jagielka sort of hesitated to go for a header, and Pickford's just come across
he absolutely
and whacked it, leathered it, hurt himself doing so. There's been a few times the last 2 games. I think he's been faultless since he signed, but the last 2 games he's been rushing out. But he's been forced to do that in a way because the defence is changing all the time. The defence is a bit wary, but I love the fact that he's a young lad. He's taking charge of the situation, and he will. He's been brilliant.
Listen, he's going to make mistakes. A goalie.
Yeah.
Every goalie makes mistakes. He's going to make the odd mistake, and it'll cost us a goal because invariably it does when goalkeepers make mistakes. But as long as you can rely on him most weeks, that's all you can ask for. And he's been brilliant. And even yesterday, he did make some mistakes. He could have cost us a goal in the first half with the Richarlison thing. But then for every one of that, it's the ones where he comes and takes crosses through a melee of players and he's in people's faces and he's, you know, you just look at him and go, you're sound, don't even worry about you, and if you fuck up, so what?
I got the impression as well that he's one of those keepers that we could be 5-0 up, but if he concedes late on, it's 5-1 win, he'll be fuming.
That's his job, isn't it? It's celebration.
It's really good to
when
see.
Cleverley puts it wide, he runs and slides in front of the Watford fans nearly on his knees because he
But
like
as you say, it's good that he gets angry. He's rallying his teammates. Yeah,
you don't want a goalie who's like, you know, listen, no goalkeeper will ever be happy when they let a goal in. Of course they won't, and you know, some goalies might be like, fucking bastard, you know, their head down. I love the fact that he punches the floor, or he's up and bollocking people, or he's. I love that. I want to see 11 of them doing it, but I love the fact that he does it. And you know, we've had that little bit of luck. I was sitting there in the game saying, fucking hell, if we didn't have bad luck, we'd have no luck at all, because everything was hitting them and dropping to them. Nothing was going for us. We had the free kick in the first half where Sigurdsson puts it in, and it hits in the ass and the keeper, and it could have hit him and flew in the top corner, you know what I mean? But that second half, I felt we had a little bit of the rub of the green, obviously, with the Nias goal and stuff. But we also they had a free header at 2-2 with the lad heads wide.
Just at the start of the stoppage time.
That Davis is covered it anyway. Just before we got the pen, Davis has covered it anyway, and it was going mad. But just as he headed it, you're going, you know, because you're holding your breath because they've scored the last one, and just little things then started to. It was like when we beat Arsenal last year and they hit the post and we had it off the line. Remember in the last minute when it was berserk? Remember we should have made it 3-1 and we didn't. They broke it and they hit the post, and you just come out and went, we've actually had a little bit of luck there. You know, that might just help us, and we go down the other end and Nias nearly scores again because he doesn't give up something. He's got no right to be there. The ball, Calvert-Lewin just hits it just to get rid of it, and he comes from nowhere and has a shot and it deflects wide, and you're like, this lad is fucking berserk. The 103rd minute and he's running around getting shots away, you know.
I think going back to what you just said about Calvert-Lewin and Nias, Pickford's distribution is that good. It's imperative to have two men, because then he's got options. Because first off, especially, Pickford's getting the ball and he wants to be quick. And other times when he slows it down, he looks, there's movement.
And you hear the crowd sometimes like kick it, and you look and going, kick it to what? So he'll hit it to Nias, and you've got 3 men now. What do you want him to do?
But because you've got the runner,
when you've got 2,
if you've got so I was still Pickford and Lukaku would have made the great partnership.
Lukaku would have loved it.
But if you've got Nias making these runs and you've got Calvert-Lewin who's good in the air, he can get the flick-ons. That's the way to go. I think Pickford could be a really important player going forward.
Lookman as well, you know, young, fast player. There's definitely place in our squad for the likes of Rooney and Sigurdsson, classy players, not the quickest. You know, and I still think Sigurdsson will come good. He's not. I think he was very good yesterday. I thought he really tried yesterday, though, and I thought he'd done a lot of the shitty work. You know, we want to see him do the other work in and around the box, but I think he'll come good. I think Rooney, there's definitely a place for Rooney. in certain formations and things like that. And these players have got places in the squad classing. I haven't give up hope. I still think he'll come good. But at the centre of all that, we've got to have these players who are direct, and we've got to have more bodies up front. It's not rocket science, as they say.
I think when you've got
more attackers, you'll score more goals.
When you've got a player like Sigurdsson as well, who's so good with set pieces, you want to go direct. You want there to be drills all the time, so that the players know where that ball's going to go and just attack the ball. That's what we want.
You're going to get more free kicks, aren't you?
Yeah.
We've got more attackers, for instance.
I'm talking too much about. I'm talking like an Allardyce team now. I don't like it.
Who? You're just coming out to the idea. That's all.
I mean, where does this leave Rooney in terms of, does it shifted at all? Because I looked at that last 15 minutes or last 20 minutes and I seen those 3 lads up front, and I just thought, okay, it's not going to work every game, but I thought, that's what you need though, isn't it? That's what we need. Pace. 3 players up front with pace. All different. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's more of like a, he's more, it's weird because he's a target man, but he can play out wide like he did yesterday. You've got Lookman who's got all the tricks and actually looked a little bit better yesterday because he wasn't trying to do all of them all at once. He was just trying to keep it neat and tidy. John Joe Kenny was going on the overlap, so he was giving him an option, and every time he gave him an option, Lookman then could drop in or give him to it. And they've got Nias, who's just Nias, isn't he? And I just thought, well, where does that leave Wayne Rooney? Because I just don't know how he fits into that. And I'm not a Wayne Rooney basher. I've backed him all season. I just, for the good of the team though, and what we need, where will he fit into that?
It's like I've just said, there's a role for these kind of players. There's a role in that squad.
What is it?
Well, it's not to play every week. I listen. I love.
No, I know you do. So
I think he's
what
got
is
loads of ability. Yeah, but you can't play. You wouldn't play. We've just been criticised.
But don't we need to play that? What I'm saying
we
is,
just played. Forget Leon because we didn't play anyone. Okay. But Leicester away and Chelsea away, we played 4-4-2 with 2 wingers, and it didn't really work. Did it? It didn't really work. Now it might work once you get confidence. It might be a bit better. I think Rooney works in a reserve role. I think, put it this way, right? If you've got Wayne Rooney in your team, he's 9 or he's 10. He's nowhere else. So if you're looking at
Wayne, you play a number 10 with those, with those 3 players.
If you had Lookman, say you had Lookman, and you had Calvert-Lewin for argument's sake, and you had Nias, you could have Wayne Rooney here as well, right? Because Calvert-Lewin can shift in and make it a 2, and then Rooney's got options if he's got pace wide, and he can drop back in, can't you? And then if he can play an hour and take him off then and get some fresh legs on. You could do Nias and Rooney and have Lennon and Lookman as your wide men, Goodison or whatever. I think Rooney away from home in a 4-4-1-1, where he drops and makes it 5 in midfield to be compact for a portion of the game. I'm not talking 93, 94.
I just wonder whether we're shoehorning them in though, all these teams.
I think
I don't think he has to play all the time. It's not normal him being sub for a couple of games as well.
I think you've just got to play him as second striker because we've played 20 games, I think it is, this season, and how many times we've been played in his correct position, as you say, 9 or 10. He's being put out on wide, and that's not where you get the best.
Wide,
I think you said before, you've got to use him to the best way you can, and I think putting him out wide, it's ridiculous. He is better on the bench coming on or starting in a central role. If you play Rooney as a second striker, you can be fluid in your formation. When you haven't got the ball, he can drop deep. He can go with Nias,
and you're not having to rely on him.
No,
because he's Brighton when he was the 9.
When you've got Wayne Rooney, some of the passes and through balls he's been playing, him and Nias could be really good together. I think the manager needs to stop playing him centrally now.
Just play him there, and if that form that he showed yesterday, right? Yeah. If that becomes his form for a couple of games, he goes and sits on the bench.
I just worry that
near the team.
Well, I think I would think that you can only play him or then Sigurdsson. I can't see how you can play. I don't know how you can play both of them and play those 3 lads up front if that's the way we want to go.
I don't think those 3 lads will play, because I don't think those 3 lads will work every week. I think it worked because of the way it was, because of the crowd, and because it was at Goodison. I think away from home, would you be confident with that that 4-2-4 going to Anfield for argument's sake, it'd be 93
No, I
nil.
wouldn't. No, not
Because we'd be wide open.
But I'm not saying 4-2-4. I'm saying those three lads. I'm not including Lennon in that. That's
Okay.
Calvert-Lewin,
Lookman
and Niasse. Let's just say those three. All right, let's just say the home games.
But the home games, yeah.
With the three behind them being Garner, maybe Benny, maybe Tom Davies. Or just swap Tom Davies for Sigurdsson, or just swap Tom Davies for Rooney. I'm just trying.
I think the thing with Gylfi Sigurdsson knows that he can play. I think he can play in the middle of the park.
So do I.
With a defensive midfield, he can be one of your two.
So we did the lineup show did last week, didn't we? And
Yeah.
I was a bit bold and put Sigurdsson and Davis, and Sigurdsson does that for Iceland. And
Yeah.
it's just about discipline, but we've said, haven't we, playing one defensive mid, you need another midfielder to break between the lines, and Sigurdsson can do that. He can play those little incisive balls. So
And I used to say if he had Lennon and Lookman making runs, Sigurdsson, and he's in a central position, he's not the one threading those through balls through. I'm not saying Wayne Rooney has to play if he be far from it. He needs to play if he's in good form, and I would still maintain I'd rather have him in the penalty area with the ball than anyone else in our squad. Do you know what I mean? But I don't want him on the left wing because it's almost like mirrors Morales for me when they play Morales on the left, and it's a load of bollocks because he does not in the game. It's just stupid. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But if you're gonna play him, he has to be centre. We've seen against Arsenal, he's still got that quality. One touch, bang, 1-0 out of nothing, and that's what you need. We're a team that isn't blessed with loads of goals at the moment because of confidence. He's got 5, Niasse's got 5. They're our chief gone, and Calvert-Lewin's got 4 now, hasn't he? So they're our chief 3 goal scorers. So you have to find ways to get them on the pitch. But it's like playing Calvert-Lewin wing back when Cuban did.
No, I know.
You're ruining the lad. You're putting him there, and you're hanging him out to dry almost. So swerve that. Rooney, if he can't get in at 9 or 10, he sits on the bench. And he might come off with 25 minutes to go. Wayne, you're going to have to go and play up front and get us a goal. Go and stand next to Calvert-Lewin or stand next to Niasse and fucking get involved up front, because you are a striker. You're not a winger. You're not a midfield player. You're not a centre back. That's where I think, me personally, you two might totally disagree. That's how I view Wayne Rooney at the moment.
I just think that I'm not saying you play those 3 every week. I just think that pace does it upset Watford so much, and it got Evertonians really excited.
But would that not be? Sorry for butting in, but would you not think that there could be a game plan where there's, again, I know it might sound a bit fanciful, but your game plan is contained for an hour.
No, that's fine.
Contained for an hour, and then
do
that
that.
last half an hour, go ahead Lookman, go ahead Calvert-Lewin. When they're getting a little bit tired, that boosts your Rooney come off, or whoever it may be, Sigurdsson come off, or whatever, and then go, or is that too?
But I think as well, like a more tight 0-0 game, say against West Brom for example, Tony Pulis comes, sits in, 60 minutes, it's still 0-0. You bring Rooney on for Sigurdsson, for example, to try and mix that up, to try and unlock them, because he has got that magic, hasn't he, still? But far above anyone else, I think.
Listen, there's no definitive, because it's not like Sigurdsson's playing well. So but his dead balls might be the difference in some games. I just think that those 3 players, and listen, they'll be in and out. We've had reservations with Dominic Calvert. We've had reservations about Lookman. We've had reservations about Niasse. It just all fitted in for 20 minutes. Everything seemed to go right for us.
To be fair to Niasse, since he's got him, we've said he should be in.
But we've also sat here and said, oh, maybe he's better coming off the bench. What I mean is
that a different test, don't they?
Those 3 yesterday just seemed to click. It might have only been for 20 minutes, but it seemed to click.
I think because the situation we were in, we needed to be on the front foot from the off, to get the crowd going, to get everyone up for it. And it got out quite early on social media that Niasse was going to start, and then it came through. And I remember I said on Twitter, I think that's the right way to go, to be on the front foot. And a few people said, no, shouldn't be anywhere near it. And I was really pleased that he played the whole 102 minutes, because it would have been very easy for Niasse to be the first one to go, because of the situation that he's in, that he's not really rated or ability, but it's so good that he's got to be on, because he's making things happen.
I don't know what our fans want. I don't. No, listen, the ones you see, the naysayers, there's a handful of them, of course there is. You look there, what he wants from a centre forward, he works his bollocks off and he scores goals. What do you want? Do you know what I mean?
I thought he. We've seen every combination this season, haven't we? We have, and that combination just seemed to be the first time it worked and it clicked.
It nearly worked at Chelsea with them, with Lookman and Lennon and people like that, didn't it?
But that shows you, isn't it? It's all about pace, innit? But I suppose you look at the Leicester game and you see them trying to replicate that, and it didn't quite work because you need that pace all over the pitch. Let's be honest, you really do. You need it.
You need a shape. Every week you can drill a team. If Andre got given the job and he was working every day drilling them, this is where we go, we're in this area, gee, where you fucked off there, you shouldn't have stayed, and then all of a sudden you've got 6 waiting and 4 attacking, and it should be 5 and 5 really, and at times it should be 7 and 3 really, but then players then know where to go, so your front 4 can attack, and then maybe Tom Davies, Gylfi Sigurdsson, and whoever it is in there as your creative midfield player joins in as well, and as long as those others keep the shape, I think we'll find it better. I just think, you know, the way this little period fell at the moment, he got 3 difficult away games. He was trying to mix and match, it didn't really work. Plus Leicester, fit new manager, and they are quick on the break. We just got exposed a little bit, and you don't know, but I think what it done is it's give us a little bit of heart that those players come on yesterday and enabled us to all of a sudden look dangerous.
But I think it showed that there is a place for Lookman. There's a need for Lennon. Yeah, there's a need for Lennon, you know, rather than certain other people coming off the bench, and you know, and even I thought yesterday as well, some other players. I thought Michael Keane had a good game. I thought he did, but I thought Tom Davies and John Joe Kenny had moments in the game where you looked at them going, oh. But then there's other bits where you were like, oh hell yes. Yeah. And I think what it showed is both of them were up for the fight. It's just it's whether they've got enough. It's whether their natural ability outweighs their inexperience. Yeah. I think that's always dead key when players are young. Like it's like when Michael Ball came into the side, he came in a similar situation. We probably even worse, but we were probably worse. We were a worse football team, but he just sort of he got it straight away. It was like he wasn't like he looked like a 35-year-old when he was 20. Yeah, he looked like it's something.
He had the ability.
But he had the experience, not experience, but he had like the nous to go with it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what
Rooney did, didn't he?
Yeah, well, Rooney definitely did. I think that's the big thing, and I think in some games you looked at John Joe and
I think Tom Davies did last year.
No, well, I know, but it's funny because when you said before about making the mistake for the penalty, my mind went immediately back to the Watford game last season when he tried to do the chop when he was playing right back, and they nearly scored late on.
Yeah.
I was thinking, has he not learned? Yeah. He needs to learn.
I thought John Joe had a good game.
I thought he got better.
He was up against Richarlison, who I think's really.
Do you know what was good though? He got better as the game went on, because actually he is attacking right back.
Yeah.
And when he was asked to attack and when he was asked to join in with Lookman, suddenly all his natural ability started coming out. Whereas I think so far he hasn't been playing his natural. He's not been playing the game that anyone who went to see him last season knew he had in him. And it makes me laugh because anyone who's at the moment cheerleading for Kieran Dowell, John Joe Kenny at under 23 looked well better than Kieran in terms of what they did in a game in their own position. Kieran Dowell was brilliant at strolling through at about 65 minutes, getting the ball cut inside and smashing in the left corner. He hadn't done nothing for the rest of the game.
Kieran Dowell will get destroyed by our fans. Like some of our fans.
Whereas, but John Joe was, every game was in people's faces and bowing up and setting goals up and causing murders. Deliveries were brilliant, and that's sometimes the way it goes. But I haven't seen his natural game come out. He looks like an Evertonian playing football. Yeah, basically, he looks like he's.
See him when they missed the penalty. That and when he got the corner which we scored from with the Gladys Street.
He almost needs
at the end.
He almost needs to detach himself from being an Evertonian, and that would be hard because it's so ingrained. But I thought as the game went on, you started seeing his natural, and also the fight started coming out of him.
Loads of fight.
Like it didn't matter about technique anymore. It was just all about making sure I stop this cross and making sure I do those little things, and hopefully we start seeing more of that come out of him.
Once his confidence and experience grows, he'll be a proper leader.
All the mistakes you watch him do are out of pure nervousness more than anything. Every time you see him knock the ball out of play, you know, that's not ability, that's just, you can see that's nerves. Pure nerves.
There was a moment in the first half where he jockeyed the man and then just went right through, slid out, and it was proper, real good defensive play. And I thought, he's got it.
Yeah,
And
he hesitated early on with someone, he gave a corner, right? Should have snapped them, and then the next time he done that tackle and went as if like, oh, I can just snap these. Like that little bit of confidence, isn't it? And that's what I was saying about Dowell. Dowell's got that lovely ability, glides past players, but some of our fans wouldn't. They'd have a go at him because that's his problem. Kieran Dowell's not in the game, he disappears, and hopefully over the course of this season with Forest, he'll have to beat, well he will because he's in the first team. So I'm quite sure he's growing into that game so that when he does come back to us, we can concentrate on the ability that he's got, and that'll take him to the next level because he's going to be a special player.
And he isn't a shit show, is he? Do you know what I mean? The stakes aren't real for him, whereas for someone like Kenny, the stakes are real. You know, he's trying to bed into a team which is fucking all over the place. Let's be honest, it's absolutely all over the place.
Seamus made mistakes at the start, didn't he? They all, you know, you've got to give them a little bit of, you've got to cut them a little bit of leeway. It's the same with Tom Davis. I've seen people going, oh, he was terrible. He didn't have a good game, don't get me wrong, but the kid never hides. Still wants the ball, still carries the ball forward. You don't see him not wanting it and playing wall passes. He takes it and
listen,
goes.
We've gone through the game with, you know, you've got Kenny, you've got Benny, you've got Tom Davies, you've got Luckham coming up on the pitch, you've got Dominic Calvert-Lewin coming on the pitch. You've got like 5 lads there.
And Nias is like a 23s player, isn't he? Because
you've got Pickford in goal. You've got lads all over the pitch that are. This is all new to them.
Good nucleus.
All new to them.
If you look at that, so the keeper's what, 23? Your right back's 20. Keane's 24. Diagyel's at 110. No, and then you go into midfield, you've got Benny who's 19. You know, Luckman's 19. Tom Davis 20 or 19, whatever he is. Calvert-Lewin's 20. You know, the nucleus there is a young team. Holgate on the bench, 20, 21, whatever. That nucleus is there. If you can put good experienced players mixed with that, that's why I'm saying there is a good squad there. They're not playing well. There's some big, don't get me wrong, we need a left back to cover bench, we need another centre back, and we need 2 centre forwards. But within that mix, there's good football, and I haven't given up on Sandro and Klassen. I haven't. I know they've shown us nothing yet.
I think Klassen's another one who could play a little bit deeper. I really do.
I don't think he'll be at the club enough.
He needs to get.
I really don't. I really don't
think he will.
I really don't.
The plan isn't to get rid of him. That's what I've been told.
No, I don't think it will be to get rid of him. But I just imagine a new manager will come in, and he'll have to set his, whoever it is, he'll have to set his blueprints out very, very early, and that might mean that people like Klassen and Sandro, like Unsworth's done, essentially like Unsworth done, when he's just gone to all these new players, like of Vlasic, you know, people not like, where is he? But he's basically just gone, listen, I'm going to make it dead simple for you. You're not playing. Because I don't.
Is good though.
No, I know he's good. I am not. But what I'm saying is though, managers come in and they have to make tough decisions, and they have to just say, I know you're a good player, but you're not. You don't fit into this. And that's
not what I need.
Maybe this goes back to what we talked about with Rooney before, where a new manager will go, and I know you're a good player, but you don't fit into the way I'm going to play. You really don't. And it's like boom, push to the side. And I imagine people, they might have to just go someone like Klassen, let's say, or someone like Sandro.
But who would you rather have on the bench, Klassen or Bezic?
Well, I don't know. See, I honestly don't know.
I'd go for Klassen
because I don't know what I think
Mo's. You don't know what I'm going to get from him.
But you do know what you're going to get from them, though, because you do. But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. You do know what you're going to get from them. That's the difference with someone like Klassen. I have no idea what you're going to get from him. I don't know what type of footballer it is. I know he's a good footballer. I know Vlasic is a good footballer.
What happens in 2 weeks when Ross is back?
It's a very easy decision. He goes back in the
team, back in that team.
But that's the point, isn't it? Someone like Bezic, you know, if you send Bezic onto a football pitch, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get a lad who's very erratic. But you know what? He came on the other day and played right back in against Leon. He wasn't terrible. He did all right. They asked him to go and do a job, and he did a job. Could you say the same for someone like Klassen? That's what I'm saying. I'm not having a go. Listen, I think he's a good footballer. I just don't know whether it'll work with us. It doesn't always work in football.
No, of course.
Remember we bought Mike Milligan? He doesn't even know who Mike Milligan is. But he was like the up-and-coming...
Jamie Milligan's dad? No?
He was like, no, probably more like his son. He was like an up-and-coming player, and everyone thought it was going to be the next big thing. He just never settled, and we sold him back to Oldham, where we got him from. Back, It's just it's just football. It's the way it is.
Not everything works
I
out.
think with Klaas and Sandro as well, it's a completely different league, isn't it? Completely different league, different tempo.
They were handled wrongly.
Yeah.
We've said it loads of times. They were handled wrongly. They should never have started. Klassen should never have started the season. Sandro should never have been given the number 9 shirt. Expectations were too high for them. They should have been brought in slowly through the Europa League, bedded in, and that's the way. No, Klassen's great playing first game of the season, and it's just tumbled down. And I expect Klassen will go back to Ajax.
I think he's perfect for Italy myself. But I think he could be perfect for Everton.
He might be, but he's just not perfect now.
Just now,
Exactly, yeah.
And it's the same with Vlasic.
I suppose it depends who we get, doesn't it?
See, I like Vlasic. He's got no pace, and that's
strong and
he's
hard.
got no pace, Baz.
Yeah, but he's just
how many times have you seen him so far play for us, right?
No, but
where he's broke through a couple of tackles, but can't get past that
Yeah,
last
but
one.
that's all right. Because
It's you know what? It's not all right though.
it is.
Not the way that. Do you know what I mean? It is. He's a good player.
what I'm saying to you, that's where that when you're talking about mirroring systems, which is what you've got to do, because you can't always totally change your system with your subs. You can't do it because you could be working all right, but you just need the spark. He's perfect for right wing, left wing kind of player, and then you take him off and put Lennon on for half an hour, or you do the. Do you know what I mean? It keeps the system.
I think with Vlasic as well, he's quite versatile. You can have him wide, but then when you want to get compact, he can go in.
But would he have won that penalty? No,
don't
the
know,
answer's
because he
no.
should have had
The
the
answer's
penalty
no.
against
The
Brighton.
answer's no. He wouldn't have won the penalty. But the point is, the manager, whoever comes in, will look at him, and from day one won't go. That's the thing with new fresh eyes. They come in and go, "This is my plan, and I need you, and you, because you all fit my plan." And Vlasic might be
captain.
fresh eyes.
For me, I think Vlasic is clever enough that he doesn't need the pace, but for me, I want him to be Everton's regular right winger. To be honest, I think he's really good.
He'll be sold as well. I genuinely, I think he'll be sold. I think 3 or 4.
Part of me thinks Vlasic wants to be sold from what the comments have been, and he's coming to a new club. We were
totally denied all that.
really,
Said he's dead happy. I don't know.
But do people really eat full English breakfast before training? Maybe his idea of a full English breakfast is different from our full English breakfast. Maybe it's like poached eggs and a little bit of salmon and
Cornflakes and a cup of tea.
That's a full English.
Full on English.
We eat deer head in Croatia. Deer head for breakfast on toast. So it's exactly how they speak in Croatia.
For a minute, I just thought I didn't know where the slab ability comes sat here because he's got nothing to do. But get him on the final bit.
Yeah. No, but a new manager in, because it's not. I mean, it's not going to be Unsworth, is it? Or is it?
No.
You love Unsworth.
Absolutely love.
I mean, I think you were given the chance. I think things would happen with you.
You just love.
In Con on then. I thought you meant to give him the job. He didn't Con on, did he?
No, as we said it before, it's so polar, isn't it?
Would you? Right. Well, let me ask you this question: would you give Unsworth the job before yesterday's win?
No.
Well, then you wouldn't give him the job. Then it's as simple as that.
He did. He's put me off a bit, and as well, after yesterday, I've said the team that finished is the one that should have started. But you look at, because I think if you got 100 Evertonians, there'd be 10 different names linked with this job. Yeah. And from that point of view, I look to Unsworth and think, do you know what? Because he's had 4 games now, and there has been improvement. But the substitutions for me, I know at first when Koeman came, we went, oh, he's made subs, that's really good. And then we were thinking, he's made subs because he's got it wrong again. For me, Unsworth, I've changed my mind twice now. And I did say I was going to stop banging the drum. I'm going to get my drum back.
Right, okay.
Not going to bang it as loud.
Yeah.
But if he got the job, I think there's definite improvement there. And I think, as we've said, there's a good squad to work with.
At the end of the day, he's had 2 Premier League games. He's won 1 and lost 1.
Yeah.
So...
I think what we've lacked is that character and that fight, and I think he can give us.
Do you know what? I'm not sure I'd give him it yet, right?
I think I'm more.
But like you said, if you said Everton could win a trophy in the next 3 years, who would you want at the helm when he won it? Unsworth would be the one. But the one thing that kind of made me go, all right, was listening to Baines yesterday. And most of the players have said he's been fantastic. And Baines said yesterday, and Jagielka, his talk before and was brilliant, and I've loved every session we've done with him. And that's a good thing. I'm not saying you should get it because of that, but I'm just saying that's a good thing.
I'm going to be devil's advocate now, because I think there'll be just as many players in that squad who don't listen to what he... And we know that's happening.
Well, we know
that's happening.
Well, I think that's just a lack of respect.
But that's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm saying. I think there'll be just as many players in that squad who were just like, who is this fella? Because that's players.
Me personally,
let me play devil's advocate back.
You can't be dead. I'm already bags you did.
No, well, alright, well, I'll play. I don't know, someone else's advocate. But,
is there ever an angel's advocate?
Well,
Because that'd be right up your street.
but I want to be quite devilish.
Okay, I was going to say, because if there is, they probably don't believe in dinosaurs either, so...
Did you see the thing? He found a dinosaur that was
it a real dinosaur?
allegedly could fly. It was as big as a plane.
Was it, yeah?
Allegedly, but
I
that's
don't
for,
believe
that's
that.
for
I think that was an episode of The Simpsons.
I'll find it in a minute.
I think that was an episode of The Simpsons. Were they all yellow?
I don't know.
Or was that Coldplay?
Coldplay.
Okay.
it was me.
With the torches. It was Ellen. His phone is the torch. Who is the manager that's out there, that's available, that will command respect?
I don't know.
That a lot of them players won't go, who the fuck's this?
Can we stop using the word if they are available? They're all available.
They're not.
Get in there, swerve Panorama, and throw your Usman off money at it. Just go, yeah.
But for me, the simple answer is, if you get a new manager in and there's players not respecting him,
is this a different show?
The difference with
this a different show?
This is we're on Patreon now.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
I'm thinking we could be having this video on another.
No, but we will.
Someone's messaged us saying let's have it.
Well, we'll do. But what I'm saying is, though, is I think a new the different. This is why I'm talking about Will Unsworth is. I think a manager who comes in.
Will Unsworth? Who's that?
It's his brother.
Is it?
Yeah.
He might be alright. He probably does all the weights.
Is a new manager will come in with completely fresh eyes and will give everybody an equal footing.
But how long does that last for?
But because I do think that with it, I know, but it doesn't matter because Unsworth. The problem with Unsworth is the fact that he is at Everton, and you're hearing. Listen, I'm not. I'll use this with.
You've been listening to George Green.
No, I did, but this is why I'm talking about it because I've listened to that gobshite last night, the little smackhead, talking about him in such disrespect.
Toffee TV doesn't support the views of Peter McPartland.
So I didn't sell bars, but I bought it. Yeah.
Off with George Green's money.
No, but the likes of him and Joey Barton.
The Paradise Papers.
Yeah. And Joey Barton, and there's that little bit of disrespect.
There is,
and we've seen the thing with Morales and seen the thing with Snyderland and all this, where sometimes players do want to clean. Someone's come in and just this fella doesn't know all my dirty secrets, he doesn't know anything that I've done, he doesn't know all my gobshite, so...
Yeah.
I think those 4 players you mentioned, Barton didn't make it at Everton, George Green didn't make it at Everton, Morales has, I'd say, wasted his career with what he's done at Everton, and Schneiderlin, now that the manager who bought him is gone. Was that me?
Yeah.
See that? You went like that? It was like magic.
That was magic.
It was like magic. Like you did that.
It was Rafa at the Sky Sports. Carry on.
I don't even know where the box is.
Well, that's what
do you know what I mean? All those 4 players haven't been, Schneiderlin, Morella, they haven't been pulling their weight. No. And isn't it funny that maybe Unsworth told them a few truths and that's why they don't like it. So for me, in that situation, the manager comes first, and fair play to Unsworth for,
But I think that's why. This situation needs fresh eyes maybe on it, because it gives everyone a chance. Some players mightn't feel right or wrong like they're getting a chance under underwear, because he's come in and gone, I've got to do this, I've got a job to do, and it's whereas a new manager comes in and goes, right, this is the system I'm going to play. I've looked at the players and gone, Wayne, you don't fit I don't give a fuck about who you are, you don't fit my system. Sigurdsson, you're like the number 1 thing in my system. Do you know what I mean? It's they might look at the right back situation and go, I don't want an attacking right back, so Kenny, Holgate in. Do you know what I mean? That's why I think it might almost be fairer.
But I just think like Schneiderlin, the sending off in Leon, not even tracking runners for most of the season, looking completely disinterested.
It's his beard.
He's let us down.
It's his fucking beard.
And then you've got Morales, all the Olympiacos shin pad, all his little cryptic messages on Instagram. Be professional. If you're representing Everton Football Club, be more professional. And so, to be honest, I back Unsworth to the hilt on this, and I think if there's anyone with that attitude, get rid of him.
Unfortunately, though, it comes down to the players, doesn't it?
We saw it at Leicester, didn't we, with the Ranieri stuff.
The players,
what you do if the players,
you can't sack every player, but also you don't need to sack everybody, because Vlasic is the perfect example. There's a lad who was doing quite well before Koeman lost his job. He was doing okay, and suddenly he's nowhere near the team now. He's not even on the bench for the Premier League, or he hasn't been on for the Premier League games. He's someone that most fans will, he might deserve a chance, and a new manager might come in and go, You will fit into this position perfect. Lookman up till yesterday really wasn't getting a look in. Certainly not under Koeman. New manager will go, fucking hell, why hasn't he been playing? He's brilliant. Apparently Rooney thinks he's the best young player we've got, or the best young player about. Because he's got tricks. What he's naive though, and he does them in the wrong place. Whereas yesterday actually looked like he had a bit of a brain and was starting to use them. That's where it'll look. That's where a new fresh pair of eyes will come in, and I think that's where Unsworth's at actually a disadvantage. Even though he's at the club, he's got a disadvantage. Because there might be already people who go, you're a knobhead. And they might all think like Joey Barton. Unfortunately, like, scraping the knuckles on the floors. But that's it, innit? Yeah. Looking at me like I've got all the answers here, but stop it. You're really worrying me.
Nah, I'm undecided. This is good on another video.
I'm undecided on Unsworth, but the more I talk about how I want to see Everton play, it's scaring me. The sort of man.
Well, we won't talk about who.
Keep watching the videos.
Yeah, we won't
to see who else.
Yeah, we'll talk about that on another video. Right, I think it's time we wrap up.
Yeah,
we've lost
3 hours.
We've lost the telly.
Telly's gone off after 2 hours.
Yeah, so we'll leave it there.
But we won, so enjoy it.
I know, yeah. 2 weeks we can enjoy for 2 weeks.
15th.
When we go to boy. I'm very disappointed. That's what I want to hear.
I want to hear them after the game.
Very, very disappointed.
There you go. That'll be for another video. Big thanks to Elle for joining us once again. The buses are on strike, and he even got in.
Yeah. Dedication. If only Schneiderlin and Morales had that. Determination.
Exactly.
You were determined as Nias to get it.
Oh, yeah.
Oddly enough, 12 months ago, that was the form of transport he was using as well.
Poor fella.
Right, there you have it. Leave your comments below. Thanks for joining us as ever to watch The Final Word. We'll see you later.